I'm out here over on Miller Road.
0 feet altitude. 9 miles per hour. 100% battery.
Adjust my lighting. Start mission. This is the one that's going to go up around the horsey farm again. It's a nice one. About 15 minutes. I'm going to sit in the car so I can see my screen better. Away we go.
294 feet altitude. 148 feet distance. 25 miles per hour.
Good speed.
96% battery.
Little to no wind today, which is always nice. That's I-90. I'm over there in that complex across the street. I don't remember if I lost connection on this. I don't think I did. I flew it before I changed the route a little bit.
294 feet altitude. 2,502 feet distance. 26 miles per hour. 92% battery.
That way it ensures no two flights are ever the same. I'm going to get out of the car. It's kind of hot in here. It's really warm out. It's almost 70. I got shade here, so throwing shade at myself. That's the catchphrase of the week. Throwing shade at. If you watch the news, I'm a news junkie. Couldn't tell you what the hell's going on with the American Idol or shit like that, but I can tell you what's going on in politics if you ask.
325 feet altitude. 4,778 feet distance. 25 miles per hour. 87% battery.
Yeah, that's the horse stable there. It's a pretty nice property. First time I noticed it was driving by I-90. I was like, it looks interesting. I'll look it up on the map. Forget the name of it. I think you can bring your kids there and ride the horses around inside. There's a lot of horse stables around here. There's like 3 or 4 of them. There's one by my house. There's one up the street from me. There's one here. The tallest building out here is probably 4 stories. Town hall.
325 feet altitude. 5,724 feet distance. 17 miles per hour. 83% battery.
Very nice view. That home up there on the hill, that's freaking awesome. I think if I had a budget to buy a house of $750,000, I'd look at that one. It's up there on that hill. Awesome. Maybe a cardiologist or a doctor or some other lawyer. Somebody with buku bucks. Signal's getting sketchy. But I am not afraid. I have GPS tracker on board. Crash proof. I haven't lost contact. Just
324 feet altitude.
don't have a good picture.
5,058 feet distance. 18 miles per hour. 79% battery.
It's programmed to do 27 miles an hour. So there's a little headwind up there. Up yonder.
Feet altitude. 3,761 feet distance. 19 miles per hour. 74% battery.
Numbers are all good. More of the hidden mansions of Skodak here. Good 10-minute ride from the city of Albany, and you're out here in freaking paradise. God's country, as they call it. I love it out here. Lived in Albany all my life.
325 feet altitude.
In the city.
Distance. 23 miles per hour. 69% battery.
It's coming back at me again. Yeah, I'm near that building right there, that big brown square one. It's gonna scoot up the road in a minute and then come back down, pass over me, and fly down where those wind turbines. I don't know if they're still there, so we'll see it. Yeah, they're there. I can see them. They haven't moved them out yet. Yeah, apparently President Trump thinks windmills, the noise, or the wind turbines, they give you cancer. That's a new one. He's a really smart guy.
324 feet altitude. 188 feet distance. 23 miles per hour. 65%
Went over
battery.
my head, I can hear it. For quiet blades, they're not very quiet. They're the same ones that go on the Mavic Pro and the Pro 2 there. The Pro 2, I mean. I bought them because I refuse to use anything except original DJI props. After my first crash where one broke off. Also, if you do crash, recommended, it's as hard as it is, throw the ones that exist away. Don't use them again because they could have a crack in it that you don't see, and then you'll find out at the worst possible time. I drank too much coffee this morning. When you crash, you'll say, shit, why didn't I put a brand new pair of blades on? What did that cost? 10 bucks?
324 feet altitude. 2,085 feet distance. 26 miles per hour. 61% battery.
You can tell when you get them if they're authentic DJI because they come in like a box, almost like a fucking iPhone. They have like a strict packaging requirements. And they, so basically half of what you're paying for is the fucking box that comes in. But picture's getting a little sketchy, but I got contact. .57% battery, 10-minute in. All good numbers.
325 feet altitude, 2,640 feet distance, 24 miles per hour, 56% battery.
After I get done here, I got to go to the grocery store. Then I'm going to stop at another spot and do another mission on the way back.
.25 feet altitude, 786 feet distance, 23 miles per hour.
I'm down there.
50% battery.
That black car, that's me right there in the middle. Right over my head, I can hear it. There he goes. What a difference no wind makes. I always say that, but it's true. Yep, turbines are still there. They've been there for about 6 months, I think.
.24 feet altitude, 1,242 feet distance, 25 miles per hour, 45% battery.
This is the trucking company that ships them right there. And they're still here. Those things are massive. You see them, you know, in a field on television or pictures of them. They go like, "Oh, that's just a little windmill." No, man, they're freaking enormous. The housing alone, where the generator is like the size of a half a school bus.
324 feet altitude, 947 feet distance, 25 miles per hour, 40% battery.
Great numbers. That's the end of the mission. I got a lot of battery left. Shit. Go back and look at the turbines again.
.225 feet altitude, 648 feet distance, 33 miles per hour, 35% battery.
Looks like the trucking company is open today. Usually they're not. No one there on Sunday. It's weird. That's CHP, the healthcare place. No need to go back there.
123 feet altitude. 1,673 feet distance. 8 miles per hour. 30% battery.
That's some other kind of distribution center for some shit. I don't know what it is. It's a trucking company or distribution company. Lots of air conditioners up there.
87 feet altitude. 487 feet distance. Warning, aircraft battery at 25%. 0 miles per hour.
When I
25%
first started flying, I lost my place in space, and my battery was dying, and I couldn't figure out where the hell it was because I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm gonna bring it back in a second, let it auto land. So I don't know, I just managed somehow to avoid all the trees, and the thing kept wanting to come down, and it was coming down into trees, and I was able to
23%.
keep it up just long enough to get it to land in the clearing, and that's where it landed, was right there in that field I was just looking at. And then I didn't have any I couldn't get the live satellite picture on the app that tells you where it is, and it was like fucking crazy. So I'm looking at this
244 feet
map
altitude. 173 feet distance.
with no reference points.
Aircraft battery at 21%. 9 miles per hour. 20% battery.
No reference points. I couldn't figure out where the hell it was. And I finally found it about 20 minutes later. This is before I started using the GPS tracker.
Warning, aircraft battery at 18%.
And I had to go through 2 other GPS trackers to figure out how to get it right. Now I own it. You can land.
8 altitude. 8 feet distance. 0 miles per hour. 15% battery.
Alright, I'll call that a great flight.
Aircraft battery at 14%.
This thing would stop fucking talking. Hey, I gotta go to the grocery store, then I'll get another flight in. Beautiful day. D-Dub out.